everyone, thanks for joining me this week for our next crafting project. So this week we are going to be making our own clothespin holiday wreaths. So since tonight is the first night of Hanukkah, we're going to do a bit of a Hanukkah spin on it. So we're going to have our colors that we're going to paint our clothespins with. We're going to use some blue, white, and yellow. And so all you need to get started on this crafting project, whatever color you would like to use for your clothespins, all you need is a paper plate, some paintbrushes, I'm using a pipe cleaner to hold my holiday wreath up, and then we're going to use clothespins to use for our decoration. And with that, let's get crafty. So to just get started, we're going to paint one side of all of our clothespins so that they can have whatever color we're going to do. And to start off, I'm going to do 8 of the clothespins that I have right here. I'm going to paint them yellow, and then the rest that I have left over, I'm going to do half blue and then half white. And then also with painting these, you want to make sure that you get them to really stand out, so you might have to go back and do a couple coats of paint on there. The reason that we're doing 8 of the clothespins yellow is to note for the 8 candles for the 8 nights of Hanukkah. It looks like the blue is kind of really standing out, so I don't know if I'm going to have to do 2 coats of the blue, but definitely for the white and the yellow because they're so pale. But then make sure you have a surface that you can set them over to dry on. I'm using some aluminum foil. You also just want to be careful with whatever surface you're doing them on that you don't get a bunch of paint everywhere because the stuff will stain. Alright, while our clothespins are drying, we're going to work on our center of the wreath. So I'm going to use a paper plate, and we're going to cut a circle in the middle so that we can attach all of our clothespins to. So I'm just going to use a cup to trace out the circle. And then I'm going to come back and cut, kind of not exactly cut, but I'm going to cut around the circle, but I'm just going to make sure, to start off with, I'm not going to be exactly right on the trace, just because the paper plates are a little thick to cut through, so it's easier to cut it kind of loosely around the circle and then go back through. And now that you have that, I'm actually going to paint this myself. So I'm going to probably do a blue because I liked how bright that paint was kind of showing up on the clothespins. If you want to write something or paint something, a design on here, that would be a great way to add some fun to this design. So. All right, and so I'm gonna let everything dry for a little while. All right, so now that it's been a little while, we're gonna go back and finish out our craft so everything's nice and dry. So just be careful with this next step. You're gonna take your paper plate and just gonna poke a hole through there with scissors. And then you're gonna put your pipe cleaner through and just twist. This is just so you can hang it up. And then now we're gonna just attach all of our pipe cleaners all around, or pipe cleaners, clothespins. And there we go. So you can kind of rearrange them to fit however you would like, but that is for our craft for today. So I hope you guys have fun, and I hope you are enjoying your holiday season.